Alright. What's up, everybody? We are here with a very special couple of games. Down in the bottom left side, we've got Onside's Neeb, and he's going to be facing off against Skill Checker. Now, before you look away, PvP boring. Hold that thought. We've got some non-PvP games coming up as well, but this one is Maples. That's right, Skill Checker up here. Some of you who watch my Twitch stream would be familiar with Maples. For those who don't know, he's a local legend. He's an absolute hero. He may not be the world champion level player, but you can tell he's very good because number one, he's here playing against Neeb, obviously the best player in North America right now. Not only that though, he's the guy where like he walks into the pub and people cheer. He's the local legend where people want to shout him drinks. Everyone wants to chat to him. Everyone wants to hang around with him because he is so much fun. He is so loose and messy and wild. And he's just a crazy guy. So I finally got to meet Maples at Valencia, which is a lot of fun. A young, smiley dude. And his catchphrase is, because he plays like an absolute baboon. And he embraces it. It's one of those things, people often insult players who cheese in the StarCraft community. Like, oh, this guy's a bit of a baboon. He just all-ins every game, does silly cheeses. But Maples is the guy who's like, yeah, I just do all-ins and crazy cheeses and weird builds. The thing is, he's a legitimately really good player, but he plays with just no care in the world and prioritizes memeing on his opponent over just about anything else. He's killed my Zerg with Blink Dark Templars and charge lots en masse. Like, I'm like, are you killing me with Blink DTs right now? Seriously? Like, this is not meant to work at all. And he's just there like, oh, I'm doing silly builds. So for those who don't know, there's also about 20 accounts in Grandmaster on North America called Maples. I think some of them are changing their name now. I think there's a new name, but basically all the NA players all had Smurf accounts that were called Maples for whatever reason. Everyone was just pretending to be Maples. You never knew when you were playing someone called Maples if it was actually him or just one of his many fans. Either ways, we've got some games here to showcase some of his craziest ones because I've cast him for a while in online tournaments and weekly cups and things, and I've been like, dude, and I've played crazy games against him, and I was like, hey, if you ever have any really exceptional replays, send them over to me. I'll see if they're worth casting. And he sent some through that apparently have passed muster with my vetting crew here at Pig Industries. Definitely not just me lovely wife Dot that helps me sort through the replays at all. Definitely not that. So far, let's talk about what's happening. So this is 1 gate expand versus 1 gate expand. Maples actually leaving his rally on the gas a bit long, but he's denying Neeb's expansion. Neeb's also been denying his base. So it seems like a pretty standard Stargate versus Stargate opening. Neeb's expansion's delayed a little bit there, but yeah, Maples isn't down. And this is a very even game, right? So it looks like an Adept for Maples, whereas it's a Stalker for Neeb. So Neeb's gone for kind of the safer option with the Stalker, but this one gives you a lot more info, the Adept. So it looks like he's going to commit to the Shade just to get the probe. Oh no, he cancels at the last second, does want to back off. And he's going to be going Phoenix, and it's also a Phoenix for Neeb. Okay, so it's going to be a Phoenix war. Neeb is a little ahead on the Phoenix count though, which could be rough. The Adept turns around with the Zealot. They ambush the Stalker, and he's actually putting on a bit of pressure with a very small number of units. His Nexus does go down for Maples, but Neeb sending a Zealot around to scout. Not going to be the most effective. Ooh, Maple's missing a bit of Phoenix production. He's just very low on minerals there. But you can see he's already up 3 workers. That's why. So he's really been hitting the worker count, even though his Nexus is a little bit later. I think he's actually ahead economically. But the Phoenix lead is huge. Being up even just 1 Phoenix makes a big difference. Now the Zealot's going to walk in for Neeb and go towards that main, see if he can do some damage. The Adept will see that it's Phoenix. So now that Maples knows it's a Phoenix war, he's like, uh-oh, he's got to get home. And he's already about halfway behind on that 3rd Phoenix as well. Probes will pull out there, chase the Zealot away. Neeb's like, oh man, there's a shield battery in the main. I can't do anything. But the Zealot gets a full scout, and that's good enough. Ooh, what do we got? Zealot and Adept both going down, and finally killing a Zealot there. So overall, not too bad. Maples is still up 3 probes. He's pumping those Phoenix. Both players are going Twilight Council, so it looks like they both want to transition off air into Blink. There was a time where people used to just double down and pretty much always go 2 Stargate Phoenix in this scenario. It can dominate, right? Because if you get the Phoenix advantage, you just fly and kill all their Phoenix, even if they're near batteries. It doesn't heal fast enough, even with overcharge, because if you can sync up the Phoenix and shoot them all at once, you just start one-shotting the enemy Phoenix. And these Phoenix are actually hiding off to the side, so Neeb is like, hey, I'm going to cut Phoenix, we're going to start Blink and Stalkers, and if his Phoenix run in to kill probes, I'll run my Phoenix in to kill probes. So he's purposely cutting Phoenix way shorter, and basically just saying, I'll full swap to Blink, whereas Maples, he's got the Twilight, but he's not really started the Stalker production, he doesn't have the gas for it yet. He's actually going to go DT Shrine. This is a dirty play. Okay, the first time, I used to think, why would you play DTs here? And I was like, oh wait, they don't have detection. And if you're in an escalating Phoenix War, why would you get detection? Maybe someone has an Oracle left over from the early game for detection, but otherwise, it's very risky, because if you run into their base with Phoenix to scout, their Phoenix can just get on top of you, and because they're move and shoot units, if their Phoenix are on top of yours, you'll never get away. You're just going to lose every Phoenix, and it's basically giving up all map control, all vision. So because of that, Phoenix versus Phoenix is naturally a position where you don't automatically build detection, and you're not scouting very much. So DT Shrine is something Haas used to do. He knocked Showtime out of Valencia 2018 with this exact same strategy. Oh, but Neeb's going to come in and see it. Oh, this is so bad. Wait. He's not in vision? Does he? Oh, come on. Okay, Neeb does see it. All right. Comes in, gets a few probes. He sees, okay, yep, you're going to kill all my Phoenix. Maples is very happy to take that trade there. He's like, okay, you kill a few probes, but I kill all this. But he's not happy about the DT Shrine getting scouted. And that's where things are really awkward for him, because Neeb's fully swapped to Blink. The Phoenix are not going to be very useful. They're going to maybe get some probes. But how's he ever going to defend the Blink Stalkers? That's the big problem. Neeb can just keep making Stalkers. He's got 2 gateways. He's got a 3rd gateway, I think, coming up around. 4th gateway. Yeah, if he warps in 2 more rounds of Stalkers, he goes across this map and wins the game. Obviously, he does need detection, and his Robo is pretty late, but he's got Stalkers in the wall. He's coming out to find the proxy. 1 DT does walk past, but Maples needs to think about a 3rd base and probing up. And at the same time, getting into his own Blink, because he's just way behind on it. And you can see Neeb is really well prepared. He just needs to buy time for the Robo. Oh no, he lets the DT in! Oh no, a bit of a fumble for Neeb, but that's okay. He can just hold position there. Yeah, I think he's okay. Oh no, he's letting him through onto the Robo. Okay, that's a bit of a mistake. It's okay though. This Observer should be able to buy time, because there's 2 pylons powering this. Only 1 DT got in. The other DT is not there. The Stalkers are going to come back right now. Maples. Oh my god, Maples has got an Oracle! Maples added an Oracle, he dives! Can he get it? He kills the Observer! He tags the Observer! Neeb instantly blinks on it, and he kills the Oracle, but it's already got the tag off. That was the only Observer. Now the DT's hitting the Robo. If they can kill this before the next Observer gets out, then Neeb is screwed. The battery is depowered, which means he can't heal with the battery. The Robo, it's all about the battery. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, it's not gonna get out! And Maples, who the heck even thinks to do that? What? What the? I was like, oh, this is not working. Even letting him through the front, like with that mistake, it didn't matter, right? I was like, whatever, he's going to tag the DT. He's got the Observer, he's going to kill the DT. But adding an Oracle here, and just basically saying, hey, I've already killed your Phoenix. I can just fly my Phoenix through a battle, kill the Observers, and then my DTs can kill stuff. I mean, it's such a gamble, because if Neeb has like cannons up or something, this just doesn't pay off and you're just way behind. But he was like all in on this Dark Templar tech, and he's like, the Dark Templar tech may have been scouted, but I still have a trump card to play. And that's just beautiful. Watch this. Bam! That Observer dies so quickly that the DT doesn't even finish getting killed. And he just clicks on the Robo. If Neeb battery overcharged to heal the pylon quicker, I think he could have survived though. But it's just the... Oh, he didn't. I think he tried to click it, but he must have misclicked it. He must have misclicked it, because if he kept that pylon up, then the battery, I think, could easily reach the Robo. Oh, Neeb. First, he doesn't hold position the Stalker in the wall. Then he doesn't activate the overcharge. He's got to be spewing. I mean, this is such a gamble from Maples, but even the great one, Neeb himself, makes mistakes. And, I mean, this is the sort of gamble I would struggle to make work versus a 5k MMR player, but to make it work versus a legitimate 7k god like Neeb, well done, Maples. That's legendary. All right, guys, so we got another game here from Maples to show you the full aroma of what Maples games are like, to get you excited in case we get any future ones. We've got Brody in the bottom left, the Zerg player, a very solid GM Zerg up against Alpha Star. Previous account called Skill Checker, this one called Alpha Star. Played against this account many times myself, and he's going across for a proxy gate. He's sending 2 probes across at the very start. Oh, Brody is going 12 pool though. Okay, yeah, this game's going to be, okay, this is going to be a total mess. So the mind game for Maples is he wants to block the expansion, force the Zorg to move out and take a 3rd base, and then he's going to run in with Zealots and maybe a cannon rush. He might go 2-gate Forge. Problem, that is a 12 pool. And that's a big problem for him. So this drone comes down and Brody's like, oh, I just want to expand. Totally. He's not even faking it. He's going for a proxy hatch. Yeah, that drone's clicked across the... He's gonna build 10 Zerglings or more, probably non-stop Zerglings, and he's gonna build an offensive hatchery. Oh, that's hilarious. And Maples, he's coming in. He sees 3 eggs and he's like, oh God, Oh God. Yeah, he's gotta be real careful here, mate. That is gonna be a lot of Zerglings. What do you even do? You've built 2 gateways on the other side of the map. He's gonna build a pylon. Does he? I mean, I guess he just builds a cyber core and then tries to build a battery. I don't know how he can defend though. The Zerglings are already out. His Zealots haven't even started. Luckily for him, his opponent doesn't know what's up, but the opponent comes in now and sees that he's been proxied. If these Zerglings go over there and depower that, they win the game. But wait, Brody's turning around. Okay, Brody doesn't know where the proxy is, so he's going after this probe. If Brody finds that proxy and depowers it, he wins the game. But all of his Zerglings are chasing this one probe. Maples right now is like, please follow me. Please follow me. He's like, please get to... Hey, distraction. Distraction. The Zergling's like, oh, what's a distraction? And the probe is like, oh, you got to come and find out. Lures the Zerglings back, buys himself so much time. He's going to be able to chrono out a few Zealots, and still Brody hasn't found it. Oh, Brody's building 3 spine crawlers. Okay, so Brody's going to try and defend one base with spines while going across the map with the Zerglings. It's still a good idea here. Just could have been over there a lot quicker. The Zealots are just kind of clumping up here, trying to defend up against the wall of the gateway. Cybercore's up. Thinking about a second gas. Interestingly, man, that's a lot of Zerglings, though. Probes cannot defend that on their own. He's going to try and build another pylon to create a choke point, so he only has to fight a few probes at a time. Not a bad buying time mechanism, but still, dude, this is rough. Those Zerglings are going to come in on that south side. Ah, he's going to recall. Okay, 2 Zealots recalled, 2 to go attack. The Zealots are on the outside of the wall. They can get surrounded there. You got to be careful, mate. Oh, man. Okay, he's got 2 Zealots there. 2 more Zealots going across the map, but he sees no expansion, and he's like, ooh, okay. Battery and 2 Zealots home. 2 Adepts coming in now to follow it up. But... you know what? Brody's economy sucks. 13 drones versus 21 probes. Brody played too safe here. Brody actually didn't need spine crawls. I think Brody is doing... the triple spine crawler makes sense when you've gone hatch first. But if you've gone 12 pool, he might actually be playing too careful. Oh, actually, he's moving all the spines down, which means there's nothing covering the left side of that main mineral line from the Adepts. This might be a crucial mistake. Maples right now is like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm just going to roll with the punches because my name is Maples. So this is a totally normal game for me. To be fair, Brody probably has never been here before. Maples is like, oh yeah, you just expand with Zealots while doing Adept pressure. Like, obviously, this is the transition when you do Proxy Gate versus 12 pool. What, you've never played this, pig? He was like, you normies that just play normal strategies all the time. What silly guys you are. Well, 2 Zealots, 2 Adepts going to come in. One of the spines is in the mineral line. Good movement. The other one's just kind of on the right side. Okay, odd positioning. Lings are going to go in and depower that gate. Oh, good move by Brodes. Good move, Brody. Brody gets the pylon, does lose a couple Zerglings, but he's going to pull back on the right side. He's going to have Warp Gate. Oh, man. He's going to send a probe out to try and repower the gateways. He's got, what, 4 Zealots, 2 Adepts out, does Maples. What does he build now? He's got 500 gas. Does he build Stargate? It's like, what does he even do here? Ling speed and mass Lings on the way, as well as an expansion. So Brody's going 19 drone mass Zergling. I wouldn't mind a Baneling bust. As silly as that sounds. And look at this. Oh my god, the Zealots and the Adepts are trying to corner the Zerglings. The Zerglings cower behind the mineral line. 2 Spines, 3 Queens should be more than a match for this, but the Adepts could still shade into the main. No, there's plenty of Zerglings there as well. But if he sees those Zerglings, that would be very important. Oh, Brody's hiding the Zerglings. Look at that. Nice moves for a Brodes. I don't know why Brody just became Brodes, guys. The Australians in chat will back me up on that. That's a legitimate nickname I've given him. It's fine. We've got 2 Warp Gates. Can he defend it? Oh no, Ling Flood coming. Ling Flood coming across the map. He pulls 3 probes. He's trying to wall off. Oh my god. Okay, this is really bad for Maples because he's got to defend these pylons, but he's also got to defend his natural, and he's only just started the buildings. They have barely any hit points. They're going to go down so quickly. Maples is going to lose his wall, man. Uh-oh, Maples is in huge trouble right now. That natural is getting ransacked. He cleans up a bunch of Zerglings on the way home, at least, but this is still really tough for him. His recall just came off cooldown. There we go. So he recalls one more time. Zealots and Adepts are going to come over. Probe's getting ravaged on the natural. Remember, though, Maples is up 5 workers still. And his gateways are still powered. Can you believe it? Good defense here by Maples. The Lings are going to go in for a surround, but there's not enough of them, is there? Ooh, bad call by him. Maples actually ends up killing most of the Zerglings there. Great fight for Maples. And if he can wall off, which he does, he has defended. Brody here, not droning and not depowering. Remember, these are the only gateways. There's no other production on the map. There will be these 2 gateways powered soon, but Brody took way too long to deal with this proxy. And now Brody here, only on 23 workers on 2 base. And guess what? Charge is on the way and a DT shot. I told you he's killed me with blink DTs and charge zealots before. He makes it look legitimately good versus Zerg when it should be absolute garbage. Like a ball of roaches or even having a few banes in there in case they blink on you. Like Roach Bane should annihilate it, but he just messes up the game so much from the start that Blink DTs and Zealots are actually so powerful. Maples, somehow, how has he kept his gateways up on the other side of the map against a 12 pool for what is now going for 4 minutes straight? That's insane. And this is the stuff he gets away with because he flows through these chaotic situations where other players kind of freeze up under pressure. Now, Brody's trying to wall off. How many times you get to reposition your spines in one game? Tests, okay, moves the spine crawler. So the spine crawler is there to block the wall off. DTs are about to come in. Oh no, there's no detection. There's no lair, no spore crawler, no overseers. Uh-oh, Brody can't even see it. The invisible men charge lot attack coming in, and that is going to be devastating. Yeah, Zerglings try to attack the other side, but there's an Adept and a shield battery saying, nah. The DT is going in the main, and they're going to do massive damage. Spores build very quickly, but I don't think it's quick enough, man. The DTs are just tearing it up. One queen goes down, another queen falls. A bunch of drones have already gone down as well. They're moving in closer. Nice hold position on the drones to try and buy time from Broads, but there's only one spine crawler and a few queens. The DTs look like they will eventually go down, but no, the spine crawler falls. That was the majority of the DPS here. That was most of the damage output. Oh, the DT does go down to a drone. The Archon morphs though, and there's Zealots here. And if that Archon gets even 1 or 2 shots off on these clump drones, oh my god, wait for this Archon shot to land. I guess all the drones are already dead to the Zealots. It doesn't even matter. And that there is a totally normal Maples ladder game where I seriously, I cannot hit home hard enough how bad that situation should be, because you're both committing to the earliest aggression you can. But the Zerg production is naturally protected because what can you do about the spawning pool and the hatchery? Whereas this is out in the open. And it's not even protected where, like, if you've got the pylon there and the gateways are, like, kind of walling it off or something, right? Like, you know, pylon there, you can't do it on any position here. But, you know, sometimes you could do it where there's, like, only a little bit of surface area on the pylon. This is, like, just absolute magic. Recalling Zealots to defend, making Adepts and harassing, expanding and throwing up emergency wall-offs. Obviously, Brody did fumble a little bit. I think with the triple spine crawler was overkill. But Brody was expecting a proxy 4-gate Zealot, I think, and kind of overreacted here. Where if Brody just built one spine crawler and kept on, like, you know, scouting, or went one base Roach would be a better way to do it, right? One base Roach would have killed it. You go one base Ravager Speedling. Oof. That would have annihilated. But as it is, Maples is a beast. I hope you guys really enjoyed this games. Let me know in the comments if you're excited to see more games from Maples. He truly is a local legend. I guarantee you he has many more ridiculous games like this. I am going to be trying out that Oracle Revelation trick to kill the observers. I'm going to be trying out that exact same strategy on the ladder this week and see if I can make it work. If he made it work against Neeb, hopefully I can make it work versus some low GMs. We'll find out. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Goodbye and good night.